Hey everyone, today I wanted to talk about a pretty big topic in spring training so far this year, and that is the ABS system or automatic balls and strikes system. So, this is a system that they've been testing in the minor leagues as sort of a middle point to robot umpires and just how we have it normally, because, umpires, as we get new technology and stuff and are able to see, pitches and the strike zone so well with, modern technology, it's become very apparent that umpires are not very good. You know what I mean? So there needs to be some sort of evolution, especially since we have all this technology of the strike zone. So this is the middle ground between full just no umpire behind the plate, everything's ball strike, and the strike zone is just or everything is just automatically called. So the way this works is batter, pitcher, or catcher, when a pitch is thrown and the umpire makes a call if it's strike or ball, immediately they can tap their head and ask for a review. Each team gets two ABS reviews, and if you are wrong, so like say they call it a ball, and then you go, nope, that was a strike. They review it, and it's a ball. You lose one. But if you win or you get the review correct, and that it was a strike, and they called a ball, and then they reviewed it, and it actually was a strike, then you get the thing back. So it's like a normal challenge, So my initial thoughts. I wish we just had robot umpires. I wish we just had the automated strike zone. But if we don't have that, I do think this is a pretty good system. I will say I think 2 challenges is kind of a lot. Like if you get good, and teams are able to, sort of science-ify this, that's not a word, but, like sort of just get this down to a science. That's the word I'm looking for. It could get really crazy where we're just challenging every call, and it will add a lot of time to the game. So I like it. I wish it was implemented now, because the way it's going to work is they are just testing this for the future. Apparently, they plan on trying it in real games in 2026, and they're just getting more data, and they're trying to get stuff from teams and stuff, to say, hey, do you guys like this? What do we feel? And then that sort of goes into how is this going to evolve? And I think one of the key things is you're supposed to not be able to have any interaction with the dugout when you call. It just has to be pitcher, batter, or catcher taps their head, and we do it. My thinking is there's no way, if we get the system, there's no way like the Dodgers, the Dodgers aren't going to have a guy that sits there that just puts his hand up when they need to do a call. He's just watching the strike zone, and he's good at knowing the strike zone and everything, and it's just hand up, and then they call. Will that be like, oh no, you can't because he put his hand up? Maybe that is the evolution, and they go, no, you can't do that. That's just basic. I'm not even, I don't even work for baseball. That's just something I would think of, So I just feel like there could be some sort of very huge evolution in the strategy. And baseball, whenever you add something, teams are going to try to break it. That's just how it works in the modern day game. When you have pitch, because I remember right when the pitch clock came in, this was literally the first couple games of the pitch clock before there was a step off limit, people would just step off. And it was like, okay, well, we got to add some limit, And then that sort of inherently helped base running and stuff because you can only step off 3 times, and stepping off also includes throwing it first. So stuff like that, I could see that. That's probably how they're trying to iron it out. But yeah, I don't know. It makes me want just robot umpires, and it's also going to be interesting to see how teams use this. Like, maybe only, because I think another thing I could see is, like, only they say, oh, pitcher, you're not going to be able to do it. Only the catcher can, because they trust their catcher more than, like, one of their 13 pitchers, unless it's like a guy, unless it's like, a known guy, and he goes, no, that was review, But, yeah, we'll see. It's interesting. I think it's good that they're sort of addressing some of these issues over the past, probably like decade, I guess, like 10 years. Umpires, we have realized how bad umpires are, and now we have, like, data, that's the thing. It's like, since the beginning of time, umpires have been, oh, what are you doing, bad call, or whatever. But now we have science. Now we have data. That's like, oh, yeah, that guy sucked. That was awful, that was really bad, and that cost them the game, that strike call or whatever, But, yeah, we'll see. I think I'd be interested to see if they stay at 2, because I think, in my opinion, 2 sort of defeats the purpose of this being a middle ground, because I think teams will be able to get super good at just going, oh, yep, okay, yep, that's a challenge, and if they get it right, they get it back. So they just keep doing it over and over and over, Because I think initially, like, we saw the Rays do it, and John Boy made a video about sort of this plate appearance and stuff where just they did a challenge, it was a ball, they thought it was a strike, it was a ball after they reviewed it, and then they just, like, didn't challenge again, and it was really bad calls for the rest of that plate appearance. So it'll just be interesting to see how, like, if teams will be willing to do 2 challenges in one at bat, even if they lost the first one. That's the other thing, is, like, I almost wonder if they'll implement sort of like a 1 per at bat thing, because, like, again, going back to if we somehow really, really, get this down to a science and to an art, we're just going to be, no. And then it'll be like, we're adding 15 to 20 seconds every time there's a wrong call. Let's just get the robot umpire in here, That's kind of what I'm hoping for. That's kind of what I hope happens. But, yeah, it's interesting. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. Not a ton of stuff going on. What's so funny is I completely forgot Paul Goldschmidt got traded to the Yankees. Like, I just completely forgot. That was just interesting, like, whoa, I forgot, I think towards, probably after the Japan series, in the middle of March, I'm going to be doing a sort of whole team breakdown. I might do that one on my computer, so I'll have, like, the face cam and everything. But I want to sort of do sort of like a tier list, sort of like what teams I think will be doing well, because this year I've been very much more focused on the Cubs than normal. And I guess I should say I'm more keyed in on them than other teams that I usually am, because usually I know everything, not know everything, but usually I'm pretty aware of, like, a lot of stuff going on in the league. This year, this past couple months, I've just been locked on to the Cubs. So, but yeah, hope you guys have a great day. Oh, what was the date today? The 24th. It was February 24th. I forgot to mention that in the beginning. I want to be dating all these. So, all right, see ya. Bye bye.